Beloved soul, cherished one, there exists something I have been holding close, not to withhold from you, but to preserve until the perfect moment of unveiling. Long before your first conscious prayer, before your initial cry for help, I was already weaving together the threads of something magnificent for your journey. A decision has been made concerning your life. This is not a tentative plan subject to change based on circumstances. This is a sealed decree, stamped with divine authority, unchangeable and certain. The season of struggle you have been navigating is approaching its conclusion. The chapter of difficulty is turning its final pages. And I need you to understand something crucial. This is not happening because you finally accumulated enough good deeds to earn it. This is not the result of prayers reaching some magical quota or threshold. This is happening because I keep my word, and the appointed time has arrived for your breakthrough to manifest. I am the one whose gaze never wavers from you. The protector who has not blinked even once while watching over your path. In this sacred moment, I need your full attention, because what I am about to reveal carries weight that will shift the trajectory of your entire existence. Let me speak to you about who I truly am in your life, because I sense you have forgotten certain fundamental truths during this season of testing. The difficulties have caused you to question my character. The delays have made you wonder about my intentions. The silence during your darkest moments has left you questioning whether I was even listening. But today, I am settling this matter once and for all, who I really am to you. I am not some distant deity seated on a faraway throne, too removed to feel your pain or too busy to notice your tears. I am not an impersonal cosmic force operating by cold mechanical laws without regard for your individual struggles. I am not a harsh judge waiting to condemn you for your failures, nor an impossible-to-please taskmaster demanding perfection. I am your guardian, your protector, your ever-present help. I know the exact number of hairs on your head and every worry that has stolen sleep from you in the deep hours of night. I know every hidden part of you, the parts you show the world and the parts you keep locked away. I know the thoughts you have never voiced, the fears you have never confessed to another soul. I see the wounds you cover with smiles and the pain you hide behind strength. And here is what you must grasp. None of it diminishes my love for you. Not one single thing. You are fully known and unconditionally loved. My affection for you does not fluctuate based on your performance. It does not increase when you succeed or decrease when you fail. It remains constant because it flows from who I am, not from what you do. When you look at your life, you see a catalog of mistakes and regrets. I do not see that. I am not focused on the errors that replay in your mind or the shame that whispers accusations during quiet moments. I do not measure your worth by your productivity or calculate your value based on your achievements. I see my beloved child walking through a valley that serves a purpose not yet fully revealed. I see potential not yet realized, strength not yet tested, and a destiny that extends far beyond your current vision. And I see myself walking with you through every step of this difficult journey. Never have you faced a single challenge alone. Never have I left you to navigate darkness by yourself. Understanding this wilderness season This wilderness season you have been traversing was never intended as your permanent address. It has always been a passageway, a transition, a preparation chamber before entering the promised land I have been preparing for you. I understand how long this passage has felt. I know how the days have blurred into what seems like an endless cycle of struggle and survival. I know you have wondered whether you will ever see the other side of this difficulty. The wait has been exhausting. The uncertainty has been draining. The constant battle against discouragement has depleted resources you did not even know you possessed. The isolation of walking through hardship without visible support has tested your faith in ways you never anticipated. Through all of it, I was working, watching, waiting for the precise moment when the season would shift. And I need you to fully grasp what I am declaring over your life right now. The end of the wilderness is within sight. The edge of promised territory is closer than you dare believe. I am about to bring you from this place of testing into a place of rest and abundance. I am actively orchestrating events behind the scenes at this very moment. This is not wishful thinking or empty comfort. This is divine declaration backed by the full weight of my character and the full authority of my throne. What I speak comes to pass. What I promise, I fulfill. What I begin, I complete. And I am telling you, your deliverance has already begun. From hearing to receiving, right now, in this moment, I need you to shift from merely hearing to actively receiving. I am speaking over your life, and what I declare requires your agreement to fully manifest. So I am asking you to do something simple yet powerful. In the comment section below, type the word Amen. This is not religious ritual. This is your personal seal of agreement with everything I have just spoken. Understand that as you type it, you are not simply leaving a comment. You are authorizing heaven to move on your behalf. You are aligning your voice with mine. The burdens you were never meant to carry. You have been carrying weights that were never assigned to you. You have been trying to solve problems that were never yours to fix. You have been straining under responsibilities I never intended for you to bear alone. Somewhere along the way, you picked up burdens that belonged to others. You accepted obligations that were not your calling. You took on guilt for things beyond your control. And I have watched you grow weary under this load. I have seen your shoulders sag from exhaustion. I have observed your steps grow heavy and your heart grow tired. The vitality you once possessed has been drained by the need to merely survive. The joy you once knew has been consumed by constant worry. The peace you once experienced has been drowned out by unrelenting anxiety. This is precisely why I am speaking to you with such urgency and tenderness. I am coming behind you to lift the weight from your back. I am extending my hands to remove the burden from your shoulders. I am offering your soul a rest that no vacation, distraction, or temporary escape could ever provide. The rest I offer goes beyond physical relaxation. It reaches the core of your being, where the deepest weariness resides. It addresses the exhaustion that sleep cannot cure and medicine cannot touch. It ministers to the part of your spirit that has been running on empty for far too long. The nature of my care for you. My care for you does not depend on your performance. It is not contingent on your faithfulness or obedience. Your upbringing may have taught you that love must be earned, making this truth difficult to accept. You have experienced conditional acceptance love withdrawn when you failed to meet expectations, approval given only for achievements. But the principles my love operates by are completely different. Watching over you is woven into my very nature. It is embedded in who I am at the deepest level. I cannot stop caring for you any more than I can stop being God. It is not a choice I make or an obligation I reluctantly accept. It flows from my essence, like light emanates from the sun. This care manifests in every sunrise I paint across the sky as a reminder that mercies are new each morning. It appears in every breath you take without conscious effort. It shows in every heartbeat that sustains your life. It is present in every provision that appears precisely when needed, even when you had no idea how it would come. I have been demonstrating my care daily, but sometimes the noise of your worries has made it difficult for you to recognize it clearly. What this difficult season really means. I need you to understand something about the dark season you have been walking through. It was not punishment for your failures or consequences for your wrongdoing. It was not evidence that heaven had abandoned you or that I had forgotten about you. The enemy has been whispering lies about what your struggles actually mean. Let me speak truth to you now. This has been a place of formation, a classroom where certain lessons can only be learned in darkness. Some things can only grow in the light, but other things require darkness to develop properly. Roots grow deepest in soil hidden from the sun. Character is strengthened under pressure in ways comfort could never accomplish. Faith becomes unshakable when exercised during times that seem to contradict every promise. You have been developing a root system of faith that will sustain you through every storm you will face for the rest of your days. This season has brought you closer to me in intimacy than you ever could have come during times of ease. When everything else was stripped away and human support proved insufficient, you discovered I was still there. When your own strength ran dry, you found that my grace was sufficient. You encountered the reality that my power is perfected in weakness. These lessons cannot be learned from books or sermons. They must be lived to become real. Part 7. The protection you did not see. I have been your guardian during times when you did not even realize you needed guarding. If you could see the full picture, this truth would astound you. Dangers approached your life and were turned back. Plans were made against your well-being that never came to fruition because I stood between you and those who meant harm. Disasters intended for you were redirected to pass by without touching you. Accidents were prevented by timing that appeared random but was actually divine intervention. Opportunities for harm were closed before you even knew they existed. You have been protected far more than you realize. You have been shielded in ways you cannot even imagine. My protection has never been removed from your life. Not during this difficult season. Not during the valley experience. Not during the wilderness wandering. You may have felt exposed and vulnerable, but that was not the reality. You may have felt abandoned to face things alone, but you were never actually alone. Even during the darkest nights when despair whispered that I was absent, I was right there with you, working behind the scenes, arranging what you could not see, preparing what had not yet been revealed. Part 8. Your deliverance is not future, it is now. The deliverance I am bringing you is not a distant dream for some future day. It is a present reality unfolding right now. Even as you read these words, the process is in motion. Too often, my children wait for breakthrough, as if it is still far off when it is already here. They strain to see something in the distance that is standing right before them. So let there be no doubt, the deliverance has begun. The shift is moving. The change you have been praying for is not coming. It is happening now. Things invisible are becoming visible. The spiritual is manifesting in the natural. What has been done behind closed doors is about to be revealed publicly. I am already rearranging elements in your situation. I am already establishing conditions that will make your breakthrough possible. The people who will participate in your deliverance are already being positioned. The process has already started, even if you cannot yet see evidence. The machinery of heaven is working for you. Angels have been given their assignments and are carrying them out with precision and authority. Supernatural resources are being deployed. Divine appointments are being arranged. Connections are being made that will change everything. In the coming days, you will not witness the beginning of my work. You will see the visible manifestation of work that has been occurring in the spiritual realm for some time. Part 9. The Principle of the Seed. Consider how a seed works when planted in soil. This natural law illustrates what is happening in your life on a spiritual level. For weeks or even months after planting, nothing visible occurs above ground. Someone looking at the surface would see only dirt and might conclude nothing is happening. They might even assume the seed had failed, that all effort was wasted. In frustration, they might dig up the seed, not realizing that interference at this stage would destroy what they hoped to see. But beneath that surface, in the hidden darkness below, an explosion of activity is taking place. Roots are extending downward, establishing the foundation on which everything else will rest. A shoot is pressing upward, gathering strength to break through into light. Life is assembling the architecture that will eventually display in full glory. The darkness and concealment are necessary for the intricate processes occurring. Things are developing that would be damaged by premature exposure. And when the breakthrough finally happens, it occurs suddenly, almost overnight, as if the plant materialized from nowhere. Yet that sudden appearance actually came after weeks of unseen progress. The abrupt manifestation was the result of extensive preparation. This is exactly what is happening in your case right now. You are about to witness the emergence of something that has been growing behind the scenes far longer than you realized. I have been working for you in ways your natural senses cannot detect. In the realm where spiritual and physical intersect, though we cannot see it as clearly, the most important work happens. And in that space, I have been making connections, opening doors, softening hearts, arranging opportunities. I have been removing obstacles from your path, turning some into stepping stones and eliminating others entirely. What appeared as barriers in your way will prove to be perfect positioning for greater blessing. What look like setbacks will be recognized as setups for bigger advancement. I have been going ahead of you to ensure the place you are about to enter is prepared for you, to guarantee that blessing will exceed what you asked for. When you arrive at your destination, everything will be ready. The resources you need will be available. The people you require will be positioned. Everything that needs alignment will be aligned. There will be no gaps. There will be no lack. There will be no shortage because I set up the space based on my knowledge of what you need, not your understanding of what you need. Part 10. The visible breakthrough approaches. Now the time approaches when all this behind-the-scenes work will become visible. You will see for yourself what I have been doing in the unseen realm. Doors you knew nothing about will open. Sources of provision you never expected will manifest. In places where you had abandoned hope of ever seeing change, you will experience restoration. The breakthrough will not come from the directions you are watching. The answer will arrive in ways you had not considered because my solutions transcend any scenario you could imagine. I am the God of the unexpected, the shocking, the suddenly that changes everything. Do not allow the length of your journey to discourage you. Do not look back at the difficult miles with bitterness or regret. Every step of that journey served a purpose. Every challenge contributed to your character development. Every tear you shed watered seeds that will produce harvest. Every prayer you whispered when you felt like giving up was heard, recorded, and is being answered. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was pointless. Nothing was futile. Even when heaven seemed silent, essential work was being done. Even when circumstances appeared to be working against you, they were actually preparing you to handle the blessing I am about to release. Had I given you these things earlier, you would not have been ready. The doors, if opened prematurely, would have led to places you were not prepared to handle. The answers to those prayers on your timeline would have caused more harm than good. The wait was not cruelty, it was kindness. The delay was not neglect, it was wisdom. The long journey was not punishment, it was preparation. Now that everything has been established and preparations completed, the blessing can be released without harming the one it was designed to help. Part 11. Why this is happening now. I am bringing you through this difficult season not because you deserve it based on your actions, but because I keep my promises in every situation. You and I entered covenant, where I declared I would never leave you nor forsake you. Before you were born, I spoke words over your life, declaring good plans for your future. I inscribed your name on my palm as a permanent reminder of my love, demonstrating I will certainly accomplish what I said I would do. I am now honoring those declarations and fulfilling those words. Your deliverance is connected to my reputation. Through your help, I demonstrate my faithfulness, and I will not fail to complete what I started in your life. The struggles you have faced this season have not been evidence of my absence. They have been proof of my presence. I know this seems contradictory. Life has taught you to measure my closeness by the absence of trouble, to assume that if I truly loved you, I would provide an easy path. But that assumption reveals misunderstanding of both love and purpose. If you face no opposition, it would mean the kingdom of darkness did not view you as a threat. If nothing blocked your progress, it would suggest you are probably not moving in a direction that matters. The intensity of your battle indicates you are a significant player in the spiritual realm. You carry a destiny that frightens the enemy. You are someone whose breakthrough will bring blessing not only to you, but to many others whose lives are connected to yours. The opposition has been desperately trying to stop you because they understand what is at stake. The attack was not random. It was targeted at you because of who you are and what you carry. Part 12. What the enemy did not calculate. What the adversary did not anticipate, however, is this. He failed to account for how deeply I love you. He underestimated how actively I work on your behalf. He miscalculated my power. He did not factor in that I have never lost a battle I chose to fight. And I have chosen to fight for you. Not because you deserve it or earned it, but because you are mine. I purchased you at great price. I claimed you as my own, and the enemy will not be permitted to hold what belongs to me. I am going to bring you out. I am going to set you free. I am going to break chains that have held you and lead you to a place where you can breathe freely again. The pain will lift. The weight will dissolve. The sense of being trapped will be replaced by the reality of freedom. You will look back on this season with wonder at the deliverance I orchestrated. Part 13. Complete and total deliverance. The deliverance I am bringing is comprehensive. I am not merely addressing one symptom while ignoring root causes. That is how human solutions often work. They treat obvious problems while deeper issues continue festering. But I am not limited to human methods. I am not providing temporary relief while leaving you vulnerable to future attack. I am addressing the situation at its core, eliminating influences that have been operating behind the scenes, removing roots that have grown in darkness for years, terminating agreements made without your knowledge or consent. When I deliver you, you will be truly free. The bondage will not return. The oppression will not circle back around. The pattern will be permanently broken. You will move forward into a new season without the weight you have been carrying. Part 14. I know the waiting has been hard. I know the waiting has exhausted you. I watched hope seem to drain from your eyes a little more each day as nothing appeared to change. I heard your prayers shift from confident declarations of faith to desperate pleas for help in darkness. There were times you could barely form words because disappointment had stolen your vocabulary. Sometimes all you could manage were groans too deep for expression, and I treasured those groans as prayers. I have seen your heart grow cold with grief, your spirit become numb from hope deferred. The eager expectancy you once had to believe has been replaced by cautious hesitancy. The constant waiting has eroded confidence you once possessed. And I want you to know, I have never been closer to you than I am in this moment. I am drawn near by the depth of your need. Weakness does not repel, has me. Desperation does not turn me away. Rather, I am attracted to those who recognize they need me. I am near to the brokenhearted. I save those crushed in spirit. Your acknowledgement of need creates space for my provision. Your admission of inability makes room for my ability. When you exhaust your own resources, you begin accessing mine. I am about to demonstrate that I am everything you need and more than you could imagine. Part 15. Specific areas of breakthrough. Let me address specific matters that have been troubling you. I know about the financial pressures that have stolen your peace and invaded your sleep. I understand the reality of obligations exceeding income, unexpected expenses appearing from nowhere. I am aware of the creative ways you have tried to stretch limited resources and the difficult decisions you have faced about what to prioritize and what to delay. Anxiety about finances has robbed you of peace during the day and invaded your dreams at night. Calculations that never quite add up to zero have created constant stress, and I am declaring provision is coming. Not merely enough to survive abundance that will overflow into every area of need. I am opening new income streams you have not considered. I am arranging opportunities you have not yet imagined. I am positioning you to receive blessings you did not even know to request. The financial breakthrough will not come through channels you have been anxiously watching. It will arrive in ways you had not thought of, from directions you were not expecting, because I am the God of more than enough, and I delight in providing for my children in ways that make my involvement obvious. Understand something about my provision. It is never merely transactional. When I provide, I am not simply meeting needs. I am demonstrating love through action. I am proving faithfulness through tangible means. I am showing you that I can be trusted with every aspect of your life. The provision itself is important, but more significant is the revelation of a father who sees his children's needs and responds with overwhelming generosity. When financial provision comes, you are receiving more than money. You are receiving proof that I was paying attention to your situation and that I have the power to change it. Part 16. Health and Healing. The health concerns that have troubled you are also in my hands. I designed your body with meticulous care. I understand every system, every organ, every cell that comprises you. Your condition does not mystify me. Your symptoms do not confuse me. The concerns you have had about what tests might reveal. The worry about what the future might hold. The weariness of dealing with pain and limitation. I know it all. And I am releasing restoration to your body even now as you read these words. The healing you need does not depend solely on medical wisdom or human intervention. It flows from the throne of heaven where I sit as the ultimate restorer of body and soul. Believe it. Receive it. Allow my healing power to flow through you, bringing strength to what has been weakened, restoration to what has been damaged. I am the God who restores. That is not just something I occasionally do when conditions are right. It is core to who I am. And I am bringing that aspect of my nature to bear on your situation right now. Part 17. Relationship wounds and restoration. The relationship wounds that have left scars on your heart are also being addressed. These injuries cut deeper than physical ones because they penetrate beyond skin to soul. I know the sting of betrayals that felt like they would never stop hurting. I know the rejection that made you question your worth. I know the abandonment that created fear of ever fully trusting again. The walls you built to protect yourself have become prisons of isolation. The barriers you erected to guard against future pain have blocked genuine intimacy. And I am healing those wounds from the inside out. I am restoring your capacity to trust without making you naive. I am teaching you the difference between healthy discernment and fearful suspicion. I am rebuilding your ability to connect while not leaving you vulnerable to manipulation. I am bringing the right people into your path, people who will truly love and honor you. The wrong relationships are ending to create space for the right ones. What you lose in quantity, you will gain immeasurably in quality. Part 18. The private battles no one sees. You have fought battles in private that would surprise people who think they know you. You have endured struggles behind closed doors that have been far more intense than what you present publicly. The life you live privately and the life you show publicly have existed in different worlds, and maintaining the gap between them has been exhausting. You have hidden pain in silence because you did not want to burden others, or because you did not believe anyone would understand. The loneliness of struggling alone has been harder than the struggles themselves. But I have seen every private battle. I have witnessed every hidden struggle. I have observed every wound you tried to conceal and every tear you refused to shed publicly. And I am bringing healing to those private places, as well the depths you have never told anyone about. The freedom I am releasing breaks chains you have never named aloud. The restoration I am providing touches parts of you that you believed could never be fixed. Nothing is too hidden for my light to reach. Nothing is too wounded for my healing to restore. What you thought was permanently damaged, I see as temporarily broken. What you believed would never function properly again, I am restoring to original design. Part 19. Remembering your true identity. Let me remind you of who you really are, because you lost sight of your identity somewhere along this journey. You believed lies that were repeated so often, you stopped recognizing them as lies. Labels others placed on you altered how you heard truth. But those lies and labels do not define you. You are not defined by the struggles you have faced or the failures you have experienced. You are not the sum of your worst moments. You are not a tragedy because of what happened to you. You are not what was done to you, what someone said about you, or what you did in your weakest moments. You are my beloved child, created in my image, designed for purpose only you can fulfill, destined for a future better than anything you could have imagined. The lies you have been telling yourself are being exposed and evicted from your mind. The labels others placed on you are being removed. Truth about your identity is taking their place. You are loved. You are valued. You are capable. You are called. You are anointed. You are chosen. These are not positive affirmations from human wisdom. They are statements of fact from the one who created you. When I speak about who you are, I am not giving opinion. I am declaring reality. Your identity is sourced in what I say about you, not in what you do or what happens to you. This is the foundation that will remain stable through every storm. When everything else shifts, this truth will serve as your anchor. When doubts arise, this will sustain you. Your belonging to me is permanent, unconditional, unbreakable. Part 20. Understanding the waiting period. I want to address the waiting period you have experienced. I know it seemed endless. I know you questioned whether I was paying attention. I know you wondered if your prayers were reaching heaven or merely echoing off the ceiling. But the silence, did not mean absence. The delay did not indicate disinterest. Let me explain what was happening during that waiting period. I was not ignoring you. I was refining you. I was not absent. I was preparing you. I was not delaying. I was perfecting. The waiting was never about punishment. It was about investment. Before a building can rise, foundation must be laid. Before fruit can appear, roots must develop. Before platform can be given, character must be strengthened. I was doing that essential work during the season when it seemed nothing was happening. Consider what would occur if I responded instantly to every prayer with no waiting required. You would receive things you were not ready to handle. You would gain positions you were not prepared for. You would achieve goals that would harm you because you lacked the character to sustain them. The waiting period was protection and preparation. It was a gift that looked like a burden. And now the preparation is nearly complete. The character development has reached required levels. You have been transformed into someone who can handle what is coming. Part 21. What is about to surprise you? The breakthrough I am about to release will surprise you with how quickly it comes and how comprehensive it is. Because you have grown accustomed to disappointment, you were hoping for something small. Because you have learned to lower expectations, you were expecting modest improvement. You have learned to protect yourself by anticipating less. But I do not think modestly, and I do not answer according to lowered expectations. I am going to exceed what you asked. I am going to surpass what you imagined. I am going to prove I am still a God of miracles, still a God of the impossible, still a God who goes beyond what seems reasonable. What is coming will restore your faith in my power and my goodness. You have been walking through darkness soon. Morning light will break through. You have been traversing wilderness soon. You will stand at the edge of flowing waters and green pastures. You have been fighting a battle soon. You will celebrate with victory. And I need you to know, everything you went through will prove worth it. Every struggle served a purpose. Every challenge built strength. Every pain developed compassion. Every loss clarified what truly matters. You are stronger now than when this season began. You are wiser now than you were before. You depend more on me and less on your own strength. And that is exactly where I need you for what is coming next. Part 22. The table set before you. In the presence of those who opposed you, I am preparing a table for you. People who watched you struggle and secretly hoped you would fail will now witness your success. Those who dismissed you and gave up on you will have to acknowledge I have been with you all along. People who wondered whether I still spoke to you or cared about you will see my favor displayed publicly in your life. Not because I want to shame them or make them feel badly, but because I want to use your story to show what I can do for anyone who trusts me. At this very moment, others are walking through their own valleys, and your testimony will become their hope. Your breakthrough will serve as their encouragement. As you feel this word touching your heart, think of someone who needs to hear it. It might be a friend who has given up hope. It could be a family member walking through their own valley. When you share this message, you are not just forwarding a video, you are extending the blessing on this word into their situation. You are making their breakthrough possible. This message is stirring something in you, and it will stir something in them too. Click the share button now. Send it to whoever came to mind. Watch how circumstances shift through your obedience, and observe how your own breakthrough accelerates as you help others. Part 23. Your testimony has purpose. This moment matters. What I am speaking over your life is not just for you. It is meant to flow through you to touch others who are watching your journey. Your testimony is powerful. Your breakthrough will become their hope. So I want you to plant a flag of faith right now. Before we go further, I want you to write these exact words in the comments. My story will help others. Not, I hope my story helps someone someday. Not, maybe my testimony will matter. Your journey through the valley has purpose bigger than you. When you write those words, you are stepping into your role as a witness of my goodness. The provision I am placing in your life is not only for you, I am blessing you so you can bless others. After I provide for you, you will become a provider. I am giving to you so you can learn to give. The abundance coming will position you to help others in need. You will become a channel of my generosity. You will demonstrate my care for people facing hardship. You will become living proof that I still intervene in my children's lives and provide for those who look to me. What you receive, you will give away. What flows to you will flow through you. Part 24. The principle of sowing and reaping. This is a core principle of my kingdom. Sowing and reaping. And you have been sowing seeds during this difficult season that you may not have recognized as seeds. Every act of obedience when you did not feel like obeying was a seed planted. Every choice to trust when doubt seemed more reasonable was a seed sown. Every decision to persevere when giving up would have been easier was a seed deposited. Every tear you shed in my presence was a seed. Every prayer you whispered when heaven seemed like brass was a seed. The harvest from all that sowing is about to manifest. The field that appeared barren is about to burst with fruit. The investment that seemed to produce no return is about to yield returns you cannot contain. Part 25. I am the God of the impossible. I want to remind you that I am the God who does impossible things. From human perspective, I specialize in scenarios that seem least likely to succeed. When everyone else has given up, when all natural solutions have been exhausted, when logic and reason declare it cannot be done, that is when I demonstrate my strength. Your impossible situations do not intimidate me. The problems that appear unsolvable do not concern me. The odds stacked against you do not limit me. I have been defying impossible odds since the beginning of time. Crossing the Red Sea appeared impossible until I parted the waters. The walls of Jericho seemed immovable until I brought them down with a shout. Feeding 5,000 with a few loaves and fish looked impossible until I multiplied what was given. Lazarus rising after 4 days in the tomb seemed impossible until I called him out. And your situation, no matter how impossible it appears, is something I can transform. I have not changed. I am the same God who performed those miracles. I can still do what I did then. I will do for you what I did for them. Part 26. More than external change. The transformation I am working extends beyond external circumstances. I am working on deeper formation at the core of who you are. Your identity is shifting. Your mind is renewing. Your soul is being restored. The person who emerges from this season will not merely be someone who survived hardship. You will be completely transformed by my touch. You will think differently. You will see differently. Your priorities will be reordered. Your values will be purified. You are being transformed into the person I always envisioned you could be, the person I created you to be, the person you were always meant to become. This internal formation is actually more significant than the external changes you have been focused on. External circumstances can shift again. Financial provision can fluctuate. Health can change. Relationships can evolve over time. But internal transformation creates lasting change that endures even when surroundings shift. When your identity as my beloved child is firmly established, when you know who you are regardless of circumstances, when your security rests in my love rather than in life's stability, then you possess something that cannot be taken away. And that is what I have been building in you during this difficult season. Part 27. Do not fear the future. Do not worry about what comes next. Do not entertain fears about what might happen or what could go wrong. The worst-case scenarios you have imagined in your anxiety are not predictions that must come true. The worries keeping you awake at night are not previews of things to come. I hold the future as securely as I hold the present. I see what is coming before it arrives. I know the challenges you will face and have already devised solutions. I know the transitions you will navigate and have already arranged resources to support you. Nothing that happens tomorrow will surprise me. Nothing next week will catch me scrambling for a response. I am already there, working ahead, setting things up for your good. Your future is secure in my faithfulness, and my faithfulness has never failed. Part 28. Release the past. I also need you to release the past. Let my grace cover the mistakes you made, the failures you remember. I have forgiven and forgotten. The regrets that keep resurfacing have been washed away by the blood of covenant. I hold nothing against you. I am not keeping score of your errors. I am not waiting for you to fail again, so I can give up on you. The past only has power over your future if you grant it that power. What was does not control what will be unless you allow it. My love for you will not increase if you perform better, nor will it decrease if you perform worse. It flows from who I am, not who you are. And I have committed to love you fully, unconditionally, permanently, no fine print, no hidden clauses. Nothing could happen that would make me stop loving you. No mistake you could make would cause me to revoke my promises. My love is not a reward for good behavior. It is the foundation everything else is built upon. Part 29. The enemy's lies versus my truth. The enemy has been lying to you about what is happening. He has whispered that nothing will ever change, that you will never escape, that the darkness you are in is permanent. He has suggested the pain you are experiencing is punishment for your sins, that I am making things difficult because I am angry with you. But I am telling you the truth. Things are changing. There is escape. The darkness is already beginning to recede. making way for light. Do not trust lies from the father of lies. Trust truth from the one who is truth. The truth is, I am your deliverer. I am your protector. I am the one who promises to bring you through this season into something better than you have ever known. Part 30. Hold faith steady. Keep your faith steady, even when emotions fluctuate. Believe what I say, even when circumstances seem to contradict it. Do not surrender when doubt knocks at your door. I am not asking you to deny reality or pretend everything is fine when it is not. I am not requesting you ignore or minimize genuine problems. Rather, I am asking you to recognize there is more to reality than what you can see in the moment. There is a spiritual realm where I am working all things for your good, where angels are battling on your behalf, where breakthroughs are being forged in the invisible before they manifest in the visible. That reality is more real than what you can see, touch, taste, or hear. Hold to that truth, and you will find stability no external circumstance can shake. Part 31. I have never left you. Every valley you have walked, I walked with you. When you felt alone, I was there. When everyone else departed, I remained. When you believed no one saw or cared, I was watching. I saw what you thought no one saw. I caught tears you thought fell unseen. I heard prayers you thought went unheard. I am still here walking with you, extending my hand to lift you when you stumble, speaking encouragement when you feel like giving up. I have not moved. I have not grown distant or distracted. My full attention remains on you just as it always has. My love burns with the same intensity it has always carried. I am to you now what I was to you at the beginning. Faithful, present, committed, unchanging. Part 32. The Lessons of the Valley. The difficult season you have walked is teaching you to depend on me in ways prosperity could never accomplish. It is revealing the depth of your need and the sufficiency of my grace. It is stripping away false securities and comfortable illusions that prevented you from truly knowing me. You are being pressed into my arms, where you belong. While I do not enjoy watching my children suffer, I do treasure when their suffering drives them to deeper trust in me. The lessons you are learning in this valley will serve you for the rest of your life. You are developing faith that will sustain you through anything. Part 33. Picture what is coming. I want to show you what is approaching. Picture waking without anxiety pressing down on your chest. Imagine moving through your day without the constant worry that has shadowed you. Envision looking at your situation without fear gripping your heart. Imagine abundance where there was always shortage. Picture relationships that nourish and give life rather than drain and wound. Envision walking with clear purpose instead of wandering aimlessly. Picture being deeply aware in your spirit that you are exactly where you should be, doing exactly what you were made to do. That is where I am taking you. That is the place I have been preparing for you. That is what breakthrough makes possible. Part 34. Complete restoration across all areas. The restoration I bring will touch every area of your life. Nothing will be overlooked. Nothing will be missed. I am a thorough God who completes what I begin. What I heal stays healed. What I restore remains restored. What I establish stands firm. When I finish this season of restoration in your life, you will not return to where you started. You will stand at a level higher than you have ever been. Your new normal will be better than the old one you lost. The new chapter will surpass those that came before. I am not just repairing what was broken. I am upgrading your entire life. Let me specify where restoration is coming. To your mind where confusion and anxiety have ruled, clarity and peace will reign. To your emotions where pain and heaviness have been normal, joy and lightness will become standard. To your body where weariness and weakness have been familiar, strength and vitality will be restored. To your relationships where tension and distance have built barriers, healing and connection will break through. To your finances where scarcity and stress have dominated, abundance and generosity will flow. To your purpose where confusion and wandering have filled your days, calling and direction will become clear. My restoration will reach every area the enemy's attack touched. Part 35. The enemy's plan backfired. When the enemy attacked you, he overplayed his hand. He believed he could destroy what I created. He was convinced he could derail what I planned. He thought he could prevent what I purposed. The attack was intended to accomplish something, but it completely backfired. Instead of weakening your faith, it strengthened it. Instead of driving you from me, it drew you closer. Instead of stealing your future, it prepared you for a bigger one. The very weapons he meant to harm you have been turned into tools for your advancement. This is what I do when the enemy attacks. I redeem them. I transform them. I cause them to work for the good of those who love me. I am recovering the years the locusts consumed. I am reclaiming ground the enemy stole. I am healing wounds he inflicted in ways that make you stronger than before. Nothing in his arsenal ultimately defeats my purposes. His plans are limited. His power is borrowed. His time is short. But my plans for you are expansive. My power is unlimited. My purpose is eternal. Part 36. Why I allowed the difficult season. You may wonder why I allowed the difficult season when I could have prevented it. That is a fair question, and I appreciate your honesty. The answer lies in the purpose hidden within the pain. There were things you needed to learn that could only be learned through experience. There were weaknesses that needed to be exposed so they could be addressed. There were strengths that needed to be developed through facing challenges. There were unhealthy attachments that needed to be broken through difficulty. There were people whose true nature needed to be revealed under pressure. The difficult season served purposes you could not see at the time and may not fully understand even now. But trust me, I am a good father who would never permit more pain than necessary. Every ounce of suffering served a purpose. Part 37. The distance is shorter than you think. The distance from where you are to where you are going is shorter than you imagine. Do not measure it in days or hours on a clock. Measure it in moments of surrender, choices to trust, decisions to believe my word over your circumstances. Every time you choose faith over fear, you accelerate the breakthrough. Every time you declare my promises over your situation, you speed the manifestation. Every time you refuse to give up when you have 1,000 reasons to quit, you demonstrate the kind of faith that moves mountains. opens doors, releases miracles. Your destiny is not far off. It is within reach. You just need to keep reaching. Part 38. Begin preparing for what is coming. Start preparing for what is approaching. Not with anxiety or striving, but with joyful anticipation. Feel what it will be like when the weight lifts from your shoulders. Picture yourself walking in the freedom I am releasing. Allow yourself to dream again about the future I am painting. Let hope rise in your heart, like the sun rises in the morning. Allow expectation to build in your spirit like a wave building before it crashes on shore. What you anticipate will manifest. What you expect matters. What you envision creates capacity to receive. Prepare your heart for the good that is coming. Part 39. These words are specifically for you. The words I am speaking to you are not generic comfort or broad encouragement. They are specifically targeted to your situation, directly addressing your circumstances. I know the details you are managing. I understand the specific struggles you are facing. I am fully aware of the particular people, situations, and obstacles in play, and I am speaking to them directly. Trust that I am addressing the hidden elements of your situation. Even if you do not hear specifics mentioned, trust my words carry power to shift the things I am speaking to. Trust that transformation is occurring in the spiritual realm as you hear these words and feel them touching your heart. Part 40. Your family is covered. Know that I care about your entire family. I love the people you love. I am watching over those you worry about. The people you pray for are heard by me. I am extending the same protection, provision, and presence to them that I am giving you. Your prayers for your family have reached me, and I have begun working on their behalf. Relationships that seemed beyond repair will be restored. Hearts that seemed hardened will soften. Distances that seemed permanent will be bridged. I am working in your family even when you cannot see any changes. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that I care about your loved ones as much as you do. Now I want you to seal your agreement for what I am doing in your family. Your faith needs to partner with my power. I want you to do something right now that will mark this moment. Write these words in the comments. My household is covered. Not, I hope my family is covered, or please cover my household. This is a bold declaration that you are receiving my protection and provision over everyone in your care. As you type those words, you are establishing a spiritual hedge around your loved ones. Part 41. Peace that defies understanding. The peace I am giving you does not depend on circumstances changing. It is peace that transcends understanding, defies logic, exists independent of external conditions. This peace can be yours even while walking through the valley. This peace can be yours while waiting for breakthrough. This peace can be yours while still in the battle. This is not peace that comes after the storm passes. It is peace in the middle of the storm. I am giving you peace right now, confidence that I am in control even while everything around you appears chaotic. Part 42. Remember David's experience. Consider what David discovered in the wilderness while running from Saul. He was a man anointed as king, yet living like a fugitive. Promised a throne, yet sleeping in caves. Destined for a palace, yet hiding in desolate places. Yet, in those terrible circumstances, He wrote some of the most beautiful words ever penned about my care for those who trust me. He learned that my rod and staff bring comfort, that goodness and mercy follow those who follow me, that I prepare tables in the presence of enemies. The circumstances that seemed to contradict what I promised were actually the pathway to my promises being fulfilled. You are in similar circumstances. Things in your life may appear to contradict what I promised. You may look at where you are and wonder how it connects to where I said you would be. But I am telling you, the distance from here to there is not as far or as difficult as it appears. Sometimes the path to blessing runs through wilderness. Sometimes humiliation is a necessary step on the road to promotion. The destination has not changed. You are walking through this season with everything I spoke about, your life still intact. Part 43. I am your protector. I am your protector. I am the one who shields you from danger both seen and unseen. I am the strong tower you can run into and find safety. I am the fortress no enemy can penetrate. I am your defender who fights your battles while you watch. I am your guardian who watches over your life while you sleep, never dozing, never distracted, never abandoning my post. You are safe with me. You are secure in my care. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No scheme devised to harm you will succeed. No enemy that rises against you will be able to stand. I have surrounded you with my favor as with a shield. Part 44. An action that matters. I want you to do something right now that may seem insignificant in the natural realm but carries weight in the spiritual. Give this video a like. This is more than just clicking a button in response to content. Every time you press that like button, consider it your hand reaching out to receive what heaven is releasing. You are positioning yourself for blessing by declaring, Lord, I am ready for your favor to surround me like a shield. So go ahead, click the like button. Let this be your declaration that you will walk in divine favor from this moment forward. Part 45. Let this truth sink deep. Let this truth settle deeply into your soul. The power that created the universe is now working for you. The same intelligence that designed the stars is guiding you. The love that led me to the cross is what drives me to pursue your highest good. You are not loved by a limited God doing his best within constraints. You are loved by the infinite Creator, limitless, powerful, wise, eternally present. And that God, that unbounded infinite being, has chosen to focus special attention on your case. That should give you absolute confidence. Part 46. Angels still assigned to your case. The angels assigned to your case have not abandoned their posts. They remain vigilant, performing tasks you will never see, intervening in situations you will never know about, protecting you from threats you cannot perceive. The spiritual resources allocated to your breakthrough have not been reassigned to more important causes. They remain dedicated to your case. The promises spoken over your life have not been revoked because of your struggles. They remain active, working toward fulfillment even when you cannot see their progress. Part 47. Remember this message. This message is important for you to return to when doubt resurfaces. When discouragement whispers that nothing has changed, read these words again. When the enemy suggests you imagine the whole thing, review them once more. This was not random content to pass time. This was divine communication meant to shift your thinking and ignite your faith. These words carry significance in the spiritual realm. They shift atmosphere. They break agreements. They release blessing. And their power does not dissipate when you finish reading. Carry these truths with you into what comes next. Let them become the lens through which you interpret events. Let them be the foundation you stand on when everything else seems unstable. Part 48. My word does not return empty. My word does not return void. When I send it forth to accomplish something, it accomplishes that thing. I sent this message to you with purpose. That purpose is coming to life right now. Part 49. What I am asking of you. As this message draws to a close, I want you to understand the response I am looking for. I am not telling you to do more, work harder, or strive more intensely. I am asking you to rest more deeply, trust more fully, surrender more completely. The breakthrough does not depend on your effort, it depends on your faith. The deliverance does not require your striving, it requires your believing. I will do what I will do regardless. Your peace and joy in the process depends on trusting me to do what I said I would do. So breathe deeply. Release the tension from your shoulders. Let go of the stress gripping you. Stop rehearsing problems and start remembering promises. Stop magnifying issues and start magnifying God. I am bigger than anything you are facing. I am greater than any problem you have. I am stronger than any enemy opposing you. And I am fully committed to seeing you through this season and into everything I have planned for your future. Part 50. You are known and loved. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. You are held. You are guided. You are safe. You are provided for. You have never been alone, and you never will be. I am with you always, even to the end of time. And nothing in all creation can separate you from my love, not trouble, hardship, persecution, famine, nakedness, danger, sword, angels, demons, powers, principalities, height, depth, nor anything else in all creation. My love for you will never end, will never change, will never fail. Rest in that love. Let it be the ground you stand on and the sky over your head. Let it be what holds you steady. Part 51. I am your guardian. I am the one who watches over you and never sleeps. I am the guardian who never tires. I am the protector who never takes a break. My eyes are on you constantly, day and night. My hand is upon you. My heart is toward you. You matter more to me than words can express. You are worth more than any price could measure. You are loved beyond what human language can convey, and I will always care for you, always protect you, always provide for you, always guide you toward your destiny. Part 52. I am bringing you out. I am bringing you out of the hard place. I am setting your feet on solid ground. I am teaching you a new song, a song of praise to your God. Many will see what I am doing in your life and put their trust in me because of your testimony. Your breakthrough is near. Your deliverance is close. Your rescue is at hand. Hold on a little longer. Morning is almost here. This long night you've been walking through is about to end. Light is coming. Hope is dawning. A new day is beginning. And I am standing at the entrance to your new season, ready to welcome you into everything I have prepared for you. Closing. The new season awaits. What will the new season look like? Let me tell you, you have been in survival mode so long. You have forgotten what thriving feels like. You have been in so much struggle, you cannot even imagine what success looks like. But I am showing you now what the life I have for you looks like. It is a life marked by peace instead of anxiety, abundance instead of lack, purpose instead of confusion, joy instead of dread, where you wake excited about your life, where you face challenges without fear, where you experience my presence not as religious concept, but as living reality, filling every moment of your day. This season will bring answers to prayers that seemed unanswered. Doors that would not open will swing wide. Relationships that caused pain will either be healed or replaced with better ones. Financial stress that has stolen joy will be relieved by provision exceeding expectations. Health issues that have plagued you will yield to restoration that even doctors find surprising. I am not talking about minor adjustments to current conditions. I am talking about complete transformation of your situation. Final declaration. There is one last thing I need you to do before you close this message. I want you to write one more thing in the comment section. Type Amen again, but this time differently. This Amen is your seal that you are not the same person who started reading this message. This is your agreement that the breakthrough is not someday, it is already here. Write it now. And as you close this message, know that I am with you. Not in some abstract spiritual way that does not help in daily life. I am with you in the reality of your daily existence. When you rise and when you lie down. When you go out and when you come back. In the moments when you face impossible challenges and in the moments of unexpected joy. I am there through it all, arranging details you cannot see, protecting you from threats you do not know, providing what you need before you realize you need it. My presence will be with you as you move forward. My favor surrounds you as a shield. My promises are backed by my power. My love holds you even when you cannot feel it. My faithfulness guarantees everything I have spoken will come to pass in its appointed time. The waiting is almost over. The breakthrough is closer than you think. Morning is coming. Trust me, follow me, believe me, and watch what I do in your life. Before you leave, take one more step of faith. Click the subscribe button right now if you haven't already. The enemy wants to prevent you from hearing words that will bring breakthrough. Every time you subscribe, you plant a flag of faith saying, God, I am committed to hearing your voice and walking in the prophetic promises you have for me. When you subscribe, you guarantee you will never miss a divine appointment. Every message sent for your restoration will be delivered to your heart. Click subscribe right now. Turn on the bell for notifications and declare, I am locked into God's prophetic alignment for my life, and nothing will cause me to miss what He has for me. Amen.